What's up, guys? Welcome back to Digital Dive In, your weekly proper gaming talk show. It's your host, Sandsology, your dad, apparently, and J Dubs. They're dying because this is my third take.
Let's just keep that one. That's great. That's great energy.
Why can you not get the intro right? What is your fucking problem?
I never can. I never fucking can.
It's not hard.
You would think.
Jules, do it. Jules, do an intro. Go now. Do an intro.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy J Dubs, Sandsology, and your dad. Pretty clever. I like
See,
that.
you see how fucking simple that was? It was so easy.
Because I've been doing it differently for so long, I keep on reverting back to the original.
Well,
So then I mix them both.
You just gotta stick with what's going on, internet. Stick with that, buddy. You be all right.
Basically. Anyways, Summer Game Fest is coming up. We have no idea what's coming because they refuse to announce their partners for this year. But we know that E3 isn't happening for whatever reason. So we're going to talk about our top 3 most anticipated games that we want to see at Summer Game Fest. And I'm going to let KJ take it from here, bro.
So basically what's happening is we don't get an E3, guys. We get a bunch of conferences from individual developers and publishers, and they're going to be like, these are the games we're releasing. And we're going to be like, cool. And then they're going to disappoint us because, they're going to be like, these are the games that you thought were coming out this year, and they're not. So we're going to guess what games are coming out this year and what we're most excited for. So please, in the comments and Facebook, Reddit, wherever else you can talk to us, let us know what you're looking forward to. Yeah. So I'm going to start us off. Because it should be pretty, apparent and easy. I'm just going to say God of War Ragnarok. I think this game comes out this year. I think
that's what they've been saying.
That this is the big tentpole release for Sony this holiday season. Like I was saying a couple of weeks ago, they took an L on Horizon. It's a beautiful game. I'm sure it's a great game. I haven't touched it yet. But Elden Ring came out, and yeah, that's kind of a rough sell. I'm sure it sold well still, but Elden Ring was definitely the focus of the game community during that stretch. So Horizon kind of got buried. I don't think there's anything that can get released in the holiday that'll outshine God of War if it does, in fact, drop this holiday season. So that's my number one with a bullet. It's not close. Like I said, like I kept talking about, like God of War 2018, 19, whatever it is, my favorite game of all time. So to see how they follow that up with an older Atreus or Loki, whatever you want to fucking call him, I want to see how that goes. Obviously, we're in Ragnarok, so that means a lot of war, a lot of destruction. Shit's going down. I want to see the scope and the size of the game. It's been in development since this game probably wasn't even done yet. Since the first game wasn't even done yet, if I had to guess, because I knew it was going to be great. So I'm just really excited. The combat was solid. I want to see what advancements they make. The story was phenomenal. I want to learn more about the world. There's just so much happening in that game. And I think that this holiday, it's going to be a big title. I'm going to guess a November release date. I think they want to get it out just to barely hit the Game Awards kind of circuit and make sure they get some GOTY talk. So that's my number one. So Jules, what's a game you're hoping you see this upcoming summer during the Summer Games Fest or conferences or Game Mess or whatever you want to call the smorgasbord of fucking information?
I'm really looking forward to seeing Suicide Squad kill the Justice League. I really want to see more of that game. They've been kind of marketing Gotham Knights more, which I'm also looking forward to. But I hear planes that it looks kind of generic, and I just think they're doing a different take on it. I didn't like the first game, Arkham Origins. I thought that game was kind of...
No one did.
It kind of just plateaued, and it didn't really do anything different. Like the story, a lot of people argue that the story cutscenes and fights were cool, but I mean, it was just pretty forgettable to me. So I wasn't going into this with the highest hopes for Gotham Knights to do really, really well. But I also want to give them a second chance. That was the only game I played from them, so maybe they might do it right this time. But they haven't said anything about Suicide Squad. We got that snippet of gameplay, so. I'm looking forward to it. It's supposed to come out, later this year or.
I think they got pushed.
They did.
Yeah, it did get pushed. Almost every other release for this year got pushed back.
Okay,
same as last year.
So I'm really looking forward to see that game.
So you were saying that these are the same guys that did Arkham what?
Arkham Origins.
No.
Yes.
Gotham Knights is the people who did Arkham Origins.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Squad
yeah.
Yeah, but Suicide Squad killed the Justice League.
It's been done by Rocksteady.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Arkham
saying.
City and
Yeah, Arkham Knight. Yeah, so that's another reason why I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, sorry if I made that clear, but like, but yeah, that's
you're
another
gravy.
reason
I
I'm
just
looking
want to make sure
forward
we
to it.
understand.
And it's like
So
in the
do you wanna
story
play-
after Batman died. So
So let's talk about. Do you want to play Gotham Knights?
yeah, I do, because it's following that the comic book story where Batman apparently dies, and it kind of plays off
Yeah.
of the Arkham ending. So I think that's kind of a cool coincidence. But yeah, I'm definitely looking
here's my
forward to
question.
it.
So are you willing to play both? Because that's 2 4-player co-op. Let's call them looter brawlers, right? Both by DC, both in the same kind of universe. One's specifically Gotham, obviously, but it's still their cast of characters, and the other one is, I think, Metropolis for the
That's
other.
what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, the same kind of cast
Dude,
of characters. Was that a cat?
That was Goose. It was Goose from
Excuse
Captain
me.
Marvel.
Sorry, to answer your question before I was rudely interrupted.
So rudely interrupted.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think the thing is, I think they're going to set themselves apart because these are two completely different developers. And like, if you play Arkham City and then play Arkham Origins, and then you look at the games they're coming out with next, you can tell that each one is made by that developer. So I think they're going to have completely different feels, even though it's going to be in the same genre, because they don't work their games the same, So but you're gonna feel a difference. Plus, you're playing with a different kind of, like, you're playing with like the Bat family in one, and then the other one you're playing with Harley Quinn, King Shark, Captain Boomerang. They're definitely going to feel different.
I think it's interesting that they're flooding the market like that. DC as a brand. Well, I guess Warner Brothers, I should say, since they own them, are like, we're gonna release 2 of the same game back to back, like probably within a 6-month span. It's real familiar. Yeah. Like, you guys remember in like 20, I think it was like 17, when EA released Battlefield, whatever the fuck, and Titanfall 2 on the same day.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think because I don't think they thought that Titanfall 2 was going to take off as much as it did. And I think WB's kind of thinking the same thing with Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad. They're banking on one of them becoming big.
So why greenlight 2 projects if you think one of them might fail? And they're basically, not basically, but they're pretty similar games.
I don't know I honestly don't know if, like, it's kind of like Joker. It's kind of like when you look at the movies, Joker and the Batman. One didn't know the other one was happening until later on. So I think it was just like utter coincidence. Like, you don't know if all these companies are talking to each other. Like, like one company.
Well, they are 2 very separate developers, so they probably aren't. But at the same time,
they're separate developers, but they're still under the same umbrella of Warner Brothers. So somebody in the higher ups have been like, so this company's making a 4-player DC comic action adventure game, and that company's making a 4-player DC comic action. Why do we need 2 of these guys?
I'm sure in corporate talk, it was probably just like, all right, so we'll compete them both. They're both going to make us money. We're just going to take all that money and invest in one of them later, or something.
Well, that's the thing. Like, that's my problem. Like, I feel like I'm only going to get one or the other. I don't want to get both because I'm going to find the same game twice. Like, that was my fear when Guardians was first announced until I saw gameplay, right? Because Guardians is a whole different thing. I'm like, wow, am I just going to play Avengers again? But this time I'm in space. That's flat. This game's not that great. But instead, they were like, no, you're just Quill, but you control your teammates. And I think that's cool. There was some sort of difference between the 2 games. Now, both were helmed up by Square, so obviously they know what's going on in-house. But at the same time, they're 2 different games. They're both Marvel properties, but they're 2 different games. It's kind of like what my worry with whatever Wolverine's going to be is. Yeah. Is it just going to be grittier Spider-Man, or is it going to be a different experience? Like, is it going to be an open, like, southern town, or are you, like, in that God of War vein, like, it's open world, but it's narrative driven? Like, you can explore, but you can only go on directed paths that the game has given you.
Well, seeing how,
like, that's what I'm curious about.
Seeing how Gotham Knights is a Marvel's Avengers style of game, more or less,
but they both are.
Well, I mean, Suicide Squad is way more. Looks like it's going to be more story driven. Looks like
that's the thing. That's why I want to see more about it, because we don't know. I mean, we got like 30 seconds of gameplay. Literally 30 seconds of gameplay. That's all we have. And they got announced 2 years ago.
I will say that I think Suicide Squad is going to outsell Gotham Knights.
I mean, probably because it's
think-
made by Rocksteady.
Well, not only that, but the style of game that Suicide Squad is selling itself as already looks like it's going to perform better than Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights,
I
they
think you're
released.
underestimating how much the Gotham IP actually.
No, that's
makes
fair. But ever since they released gameplay for Gotham Knights, everyone's been shitting on it.
I mean, I liked it. I still liked it. I'm still interested in. I'm very interested in the story. I love the
yeah,
story
me
they're going
too.
with
It's
and the
just,
universe they're
I don't
doing.
know.
So I'm gonna get it. And hell, I might get it twice. I might get it on my PC and get it on my
God.
PS5. You know, because I want to get it on my PS5 to play with friends. I don't have any friends on PC. I really don't. Like, I play with random people all the time. So, but like, I do want to play on PC for like a better performance whenever I feel like it. And I'm getting a Steam Deck, so I could just play whenever I want when I get my Steam Deck. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of thinking long term here. So I want to get it on both. And I'll get both on both. Like, I really like. I love the Batman video game universe. They made it so great. You know, I remember buying Arkham Asylum for my birthday. Like, I was in high school and I was like, yo, I knew this game was going to be something. And then I played it and it was just like, I couldn't stop
was really
playing it.
good.
I would just play for the challenge missions. I would just play to get better. And there was no point to getting better because back then they didn't have the scoreboard. I love the game that much, you know, and I've always loved the series. So when they keep going, I've always wanted something else after, you know, Arkham Knight, like phenomenal game. So I'll play this. And then they got Gotham Knights. They're doing the story, Court of Owls. I love the Court of Owls. I love that whole thing with him and Batman. It's the coolest thing ever.
I feel like the Court of Owls should have been its own like single player game. You know, like I think they're gonna do that whole arc a disservice in Gotham Knights. To be honest,
I mean,
I think I agree with you. I think it will be done to service, but I think at the same time, you don't want to release another solo Batman game. You've done it 4 times.
Yeah, of course. Plus, they already finished the Batman arc, so it's like,
right.
Yeah, and complacency, you know, is just not what you want to strive for. You want to do something new, something different.
No.
So like, I respect it. Like I'm gonna buy one of them. I don't know which one it's gonna be, but I'm gonna get one of them. I love 4-player fucking action games with my buddies, right? Like, it's my fucking MO. Just don't know which one yet.
Yeah, like you said before, the Gotham Knights is going to be it's going to be a lot more fun if you have a group of people to play it with. Right. Whereas I think Suicide Squad will perform a lot better as a single player game.
And like you said, we've only gotten 30. We don't even know how the game is structured. We don't even know if it's going to be single player or if it's going to be player. We don't know. Like, they just showed us, like, you know, the bare bones trailer, and I'm like, I need to see something more about this game. It's, you know, I want to see something more about this game. Like, I feel like this would be the time to like, do that because they've been promoting
some. I don't know if we're gonna see much about Gotham Knights purely because it was just announced that they were pushing it back. We might see something for Suicide Squad because that's been a little quiet lately. So
the thing is, they've been promoting Gotham Knights for a while
because that was supposed to release first.
Like they teased it way back in because they like updated their page.
Yeah, because it came out first. It was announced first before Suicide Squad was. Suicide Squad was announced later.
We can't.
Here's what I'll say. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say, it is a weird coincidence that it's coming out around the same time, but I honestly don't think it was intentional.
Here's what I'll say, and then I'm gonna hit Pat. They both got their first trailers at that DC Fandom, like 2 years ago.
Oh, that's right.
They were both announced there, so I still think like at the end of the day, like I think the Suicide game was in production longer. Probably. But I think at the same time, I think Warner Brothers does know that there's something lacking in one game, something lacking in the other, and I kind of understand your point, Jules. Like, you combine them both, and you might have a way to make more money, obviously, because people might pay $140 for both titles, and then each game offers something different. So I get it.
That's true.
I'm gonna play one of them, but that's a solid number one. So Pat, we ran a little long on that one, so I want your number one and your number two. You're fine. So I want both. Number one with a bullet, and then I want number two.
So I don't really have a whole lot of anticipated games for the rest of this year. All of my anticipated games already came out in like February. So I think the one that I'm still kind of looking forward to, besides God of War, obviously God of War was the one that I was really looking forward to, but you got that one, so I'm going to give it to you. The other one was Forspoken, which was delayed until October.
Oh yeah,
Forspoken looks fucking dope.
That's right.
It looks
That's right.
really, really, really unique. And I love the power fantasy theme. I love that in games. I love that in movies. I think it's kind of like rather untouched not untouched in video games, but we haven't seen it in a while, like a long while. So this game definitely looks interesting. Made by Square Enix, and I mean they're usually hit or miss when it comes to games. So they're literally a hit or miss when it comes to games.
Oh, I know.
So it's like, God, they've released some freaking bangers and they've released some really bad games. So,
Strangers of Paradise.
I didn't even play it. I am so fed up with Final Fantasy, but
the demo. Play the demo. It's out there.
I don't want to. I don't care about Final Fantasy anymore. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so over Final Fantasy. I didn't even finish the 7 remake when it came out for free on PlayStation Plus. I didn't finish it. It's still sitting in my library.
I didn't even touch it, man.
I like it. It was a good game. I just haven't played it in a while because I got sidetracked and I got bored. I got to this one point in the game where it's way more slower because they do like these like exposition sequences in the game where you have to like walk around and do a whole bunch of shit. And I'm hoping that Forspoken does that a little bit better. I mean, that's like a Final Fantasy thing though, where like they do these exposition sequences where you're just walking around talking to people, doing all this boring shit that no one cares about. Because the Final Fantasy lore is so convoluted that no one can keep track of it anyway. So what's the point? But with Forspoken, I don't really even know much about the game because I've been trying to I just want to experience it for myself. I'm not if I see a game that I'm really, really, really intrigued about, I'm not going to look more really into it because I want to just experience it for myself. So
yeah, exactly.
I really haven't been keeping up with the game. I just saw that it got delayed. It was supposed to come out. I forget when it was supposed to come out, but it got delayed to August 11th, 2022. So that's the only other game besides God of War that I'm actually looking forward to this year. The other one that I have that is not coming out this year, that we might see some stuff for at Summer Game Fest, or at least at some point over the summer, is Spider-Man 2. I think that's
pause. The theme of the video is what we think is coming out this year.
Yeah, I know, but I don't have anything else coming out this year for me. So
I have a couple.
I'm pushing it to next year.
Pause. So then we're going to get back to you. So you don't have one other game you're excited for this year?
Besides God of War. It's God of War and Forspoken. Those are my number 2, or my 1 and 2. Everything else is coming out next year or a little bit down the road.
So we can share God of War. It's fine. It's not an exclusive thing. We can share it. I'm a gracious person.
I don't know why. I don't know why. But like this God of War doesn't have me as hype as the first one did. Like when the first one got announced, I was over the moon. I was so excited for that one. And I don't know what it is about the second one. I don't know. I'm still looking forward to it. I can't wait to play it because the story looks really, really cool. It's just the trailer just didn't do it for me. I was just like, okay, this looks cool.
Do you think it's expectation?
Maybe it's expectation. Personally, I don't think it looks a whole lot different in terms of gameplay or anything else. I mean, a lot of people just said it was like DLC, story DLC. I'm like, I can see that. But at the same time, it's hard to really improve upon the combat when you did so much in that first game. Like there was so much.
I'm going to push back on that. I'm going to push back on that.
Go for it.
Every game could be story DLC.
Yeah,
every game could be that then. Like that's not a fair comparison.
And I'm not saying it. Game, right? I'm not saying that's my opinion of it, right?
Better. No, I understand. You're just saying what you're the rumors and shit, right? You're just you're reiterating the things you've read.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't like it. I don't like that statement.
Oh,
it's
no,
like, it's just the same game. It's just the story DLC. Yeah. Shut up, bitch. You know how much it costs to fucking publish a story?
Yeah.
Miles Morales was a glorified add-on, but it cost $40 because it was that good.
Now see,
one add-on I did not appreciate the price of.
Fucking like I thought that was a way better, not a way better game. Gameplay wise, I liked it better than the original Spider-Man game. Story wise, the first game was better, obviously, but
I disagree with you on both fronts.
The story from Miles Morales was okay. Sorry, Bo. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say one add-on I don't like that's kind of pressing a full game is Monster Hunter Ice Break. Like that was
Iceborne.
Yeah, That was 40. That was like 43.
That was an expansion, wasn't it? Or just
yeah,
a
but it was
season or
like
whatever
Yeah.
it was only like what $5 less than Miles Morales, and I got way more out of Miles Morales
Oh yeah.
than I did that. So I was just like, I don't. So some of these add-ons get so crazy because like, what's your DLC I'll give you because those added like 10 extra hours.
Yeah, that was like 10
50
extra hours of content. That
All
was
right,
one of the best
that's
expansions
fine.
ever
You know,
made.
yeah, sure, but like you get Monster Hunter where you're like, oh, there's 5 new dragons. There's like another 10-minute story about how you're doing the same thing you did in the previous game, but again, and we're gonna reset everything that you did before and make you back to zero so you can go. It's like, come on, man, you're just giving it a lot of endless grinding for the same thing I just paid for it. So like,
that game is nothing but endless grinding.
That's kind of the point. That's kind of the point of that.
I mean, it's the point, but like after I put 500 hours into the game, and then you're just like, "Yup, back to zero." I'm like,
I mean, that's what they do with fucking Destiny too, dude.
I done stayed up playing Monster Hunter, hunting these Arc Tempered and all these. I'm like, yo, man, are you just gonna wipe all that away, man? No, fuck you. No, fuck you.
No, Destiny relevels everybody, Pat. You keep up at the minimum light level to play the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you said push back to zero.
Well, they don't reset everything, but
so like in Monster Hunter, it's like they make this new rank, and then once you're at this new rank, now you got to get all the new low rank armor, and it essentially pushes you back to zero because like, all right, well now everything I'll grind and prepare to be ready for the next DLC, and then it's just like, yeah, no matter what you grinded for, no matter how good you got just to do this, it doesn't matter, and it's just like,
that's fair.
Well, there's years of my life gone.
But yeah, in terms of like, in terms of like God of War 2 or God of War 5.
So God of War doesn't. Sorry, I said that God of War looks like it will do something new and different. It will stand out. I'm not the biggest.
No, I'm sure it will.
God of War fan, but
I think they're just saving most of the upgrades for when the game actually releases or for Summer Game Fest. I know, like, we only got that one trailer really, so they weren't really going to show off a whole lot of stuff. It's just to generate hype. I get it.
Yeah, but like I would say it's also the same kind of thing when I go back to Arkham. Arkham Asylum was like so great. Like, how are you going to really do better than Arkham Asylum? And then it's just like,
and then they did.
Yeah. Well, they were building up Arkham City since like the middle of Arkham Asylum. There's a whole freaking map of Arkham City you can find.
There's a secret. There's a secret in Arkham Asylum. Yeah, and they teased it.
Yeah, it's in the book. It's in the book. We don't know about it.
Yeah, so like they were building that up forever.
So I think that's going to be the same thing with God of War, where like always, some people were like, "Oh, it's going to plateau," but then did Horizon plateau? No.
Exploded.
So,
oh my god.
So
and that was another one I was worried about too. I think I had the same worries for Horizon Forbidden West I have for God of War Ragnarok, where like they did so freaking much in that first game and were so innovative with how that game played and the world and the characters and everything. It's like, how are you actually going to make this better? Like, what else can you do? And then they fucking did it for Horizon Forbidden West, made it so much bigger and badder in a good way. And I was like, oh my God, how did you do this? So like with God of War, like that game blew me away from like the jump from like God of War 3 to God of War, like, that. And I was like, okay. And it was like blew my mind. I was like, how are you going to make this better? So for that reason, I had the same like worry I had for Horizon and God of War going forward. So I'm sure they're going to knock it out of the park. I almost guarantee they will. I don't know why they fucking wouldn't. But yeah, we're just gonna have to see.
All right, Jules, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Evil West. I don't know if you guys remember seeing that. It was at the.
Oh yeah, is that still coming out this year?
Yeah, it's supposed to come out this year. So
it's tracking this year. Yep.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's tracking for this year. Yep.
Yeah. You're a guy. It kind of looks like just Western Devil May Cry. You got this electronic claw, and you're just fucking doing combos and shoot people in the air. It looks like a wild, crazy, phenomenal game.
Yeah, it looks dope as hell.
I know we've been talking about cinematic masterpieces for the last 20 minutes, but like I'm gonna just throw in some wild and zany fun.
It reminds me of like Devil May Cry meets Castlevania. I'm like, this is
what?
freaking awesome.
Let's talk about that, Jules. My number 2 is Bayonetta 3.
Hey!
Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun.
So that's
Sometimes
actually
you don't want a fucking immersive story. You just want to fucking kill some stuff, man.
Bayonetta 3. That's Nintendo, right?
You're Switch only, bitch.
Yeah. So apparently Nintendo's still missing from the Summer Games Fest lineup.
Yeah, they don't need to be a part of this. They're fucking Nintendo.
Yeah.
They can literally give you 8 hours to tell you that there's a direct coming.
So I saw a poll.
I definitely think we're going to see the next Nintendo Direct whenever the hell that's going to happen. Probably sometime after Game Fest. Probably in like mid-June, early July.
It's funny because I saw a poll on YouTube and they're like, which one are you most looking forward to? Nintendo, Microsoft, or PlayStation? Most of it was in Nintendo. I was like, what? Why?
Well, because everybody knows what Sony and Microsoft are working on already. Like
No,
they
they
don't. Yeah, they do.
This nigga said why. This nigga said why.
Breath of the Wild 2.
Exactly.
Fucking Bayonetta 3. There's still a Mario title coming.
Yeah. There's a
They-
lot.
Oh, Mario
supposed to
Strikers.
be-
No, I will give you Mario
No.
Strikers.
There's still supposed to be a 3D Mario title coming because it's been, 4 years since Odyssey? I had one more and then something happened. Oh, Splatoon 3. Like,
yeah,
that's
Splatoon.
why. Oh, fuck it.
no
I'll just
one.
keep this running then. My number 3, Pokemon fucking Scarlet and Violet, I guess. Scarlet. That's my number 3, bro. Fucking another Switch Pokemon game. Do either you play Sword of Shield? Well, you don't have a Switch. Did you play Sword of Shield? Do you have a Switch?
Yeah, I got Switch. No, I didn't.
I heard Sword and Shield's garbage though.
Here's the thing.
Your
yeah.
fucking opinion's garbage, but we let you on YouTube. Fuck off.
That's just what I've been reading. Everyone hating
Wait,
Sword and Shield.
All right, well, bitch. Okay, bitch. And I read that Guardian of the Galaxy is a 5, but to you, it's a fucking masterpiece. Shut up.
Wait,
Shut up. Play the game.
Which game did he say?
Oh, that is a masterpiece. Guardians of the Galaxy.
I didn't say it was a
No.
masterpiece.
What game did you say?
Sword and Shield.
Oh, Sword and Shield. I heard it was an okay game. I heard it was fine.
It's
you know?
fine. It's Pokemon. How
That's
much
the thing.
can you do with Pokemon?
So it's not that
It's a China 2 formula.
it's more or less because I guess in the same strain, like I think Nintendo sometimes just releases they have like a good main like 5 to 10 IPs that you know they're going to show off.
Yeah.
You know, and me personally, I don't know. I feel like when they come out with new stuff, like Bayonetta is different, you know what I'm saying, than just the typical like new
'Cause everyone's been
Mario
waiting for that
or
shit
new Luigi
forever.
game.
Well, Bayonetta's not theirs. They just bought it. Bayonetta
Yeah.
was
Right.
an IP, and then they were like, "Yo, we want that shit. Let's grab
Yeah.
that." That's
Yeah.
the thing. We got to remember that. So you're saying like the core IPs, every other company, you know what you're going to get. It's the same shit with Nintendo, but the only difference is these characters have been around for like 60 years.
60 years. Yeah, because they've been around. Yeah,
Compared
they've
to
been
the
around way
Sony
longer.
people,
They've been around way longer.
compared to the Sony icons that consistently shuffle. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we don't see Sly anymore. Now we got Aloy. We haven't had a Jack and Daxter game in so long. We have fucking, I don't know.
I
We
mean,
still have
there's
Ratchet
rumors
and
that they're
Clank.
coming back.
Yeah, we saw Ratchet and Clank.
We'll see. We'll see. But
Yeah,
everything's
'cause
rumored
they
until
said they
it's
were
true.
working on. They've been saying they were working on a new Sly Cooper game for like years.
That's what I'm saying. Everything's a rumor until it's true.
Exactly.
So if I have to either go through a rotating cast of characters that might be the Sony like benchmarking franchise
Mhm.
compared to knowing, oh, Nintendo, Mario, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, Link. I know these people. I know these
Right.
characters. These characters have been around all of my life. And that's not an exaggeration. That's accurate. All of my life, these characters have existed, right?
Right.
So why would I not want why do I
More
think
of that.
if I'm Nintendo, why do I have to be like, yeah, Jeff Keighley, let's schedule something out, bro? No, bro, like I'm Nintendo. I'll throw a direct on y'all niggas still gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Y'all want to see what the new Pokemon look like? Watch this direct. At
They
fucking
always
3 in
drop the
morning.
direct like right after like the Summer Games Fest or E3 or whatever.
And that's what, I think that's exactly what they're going to do again.
Yeah.
They're going to see what, because they also bide their time. They want to see what everyone else is going to say they're releasing to see if they got to break out the Breath of the Wild 2 card,
Yeah.
or, the 3D Mario, or the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 card, or the Prime 4 card.
Yeah.
They have so many games that people want
No, they're
that
just
they
holding
have
on
that.
to.
It's so
the same
it's so
pitching
weird
contest
because
that Sony and Microsoft did
Yeah,
when they were trying to release their consoles.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Go ahead, Jules.
no, I was just saying it's funny because for me when I brought my Switch, probably I haven't been interested in a Nintendo console probably since GameCube or like 3 or when I had my DS, and then they came out with Wii and I was like, all right, that's really cool, and then things kept progressing. But then for some reason, like with the Switch, like I got my Switch probably like a year ago, and so I feel like every game that I've purchased on there is like a downgrade of what I got on like a console, I guess. And it's like for me, like I feel like the performance just isn't, it's like you're relying on your IPs, sure, but like when are you gonna give better hardware? When are you gonna improve like things that or improve Nintendo Online? Their Nintendo subscription is like,
oh my god, it sucks.
It's trash.
It's trash. You look at the Nintendo Switch itself. You look at the UI. It's only a gray or a white screen. That's all you can do with it. It's very basic. It's very boring. It's like I know. And then
that's what I was saying before. Like you were talking about like how
as a system, it just feels like a downgrade.
You're talking about like how if like Nintendo will survive without a new console. Fuck yes, they will. Of course they will. They're not going anywhere. Even if they don't release another Switch for the next 10 years, they're going to be fine. It's like if they can survive the fucking Wii U, they'll be totally okay.
Yeah, right. I mean, they started their player base, and they know that because they have such dedicated fans. They're like, yo, we're just going to do what we want. And that's why it seems like they don't care sometimes. Like, they've had that conversation about game preservation. They're like, yo, we don't feel like we need to preserve our games. Well, it's like, well, don't be mad when you emulate them because you're not doing what you want to for your customers. Your customers want to play all your shit, and it's just like, you're not, so they come off as anti-consumer friendly. They come off as like they're just doing whatever they want to do despite the customer's interests. And so it's just like,
because again, they don't care. They got their money. They know they're fine forever. They don't really have to do anything. Now, Sony and Microsoft, and this is going off on another whole tangent here, but Sony and Microsoft, they have to continuously be thinking about their fan base, their player base, and all of that, purely because they could get, not canceled, but like they could fall off at any moment. Nintendo's been around for fucking ever. They're solid. They could literally kill a baby on screen and it'd be fine.
I think you're being exaggeratory.
Maybe.
I mean,
but like, you know what I mean? Like
Microsoft could be okay.
Microsoft might be okay. They might like Xbox.
They've got Mafia pocket size.
I think it's specifically like the consoles themselves, not so much their parent companies like Microsoft, Xbox specifically, and PlayStation specifically. They have more of a chance to fall off than Nintendo as a whole does at all.
No, I mean they've gotten pretty close though. They've had some pretty devastating blows. They've had to lay off staff in the past.
And then they just released another trailer for something awesome that everyone wants, and they're back into good graces of everyone.
They've been hurting.
But remember that we're here and not in Japan, where Sony and Nintendo are actually based, where they're much more profitable, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
This is a whole. There's games they make for that country, those countries that we don't see unless we import them. Or like you said, emulate them. I understand what you're saying about game preservation and power, but you have a Switch. Here's the comparison. You have your Steam Deck, right? Your cool handheld video game console. You have all the power and things you want. It costs $800. Not everyone has $800. It's much easier to swallow a $300 charge and just fucking have something you can take on the road with you. You can play on the road with you. And if you have a smart enough friend, he can break your fucking Switch, and then you can just have an emulator in your fucking Switch. You're good. It might not have the processing power, and it might not be graphically the best, but it's still a good console. It does everything it's trying to accomplish. On-the-go gaming, intuitive interface. Because, again, it's for kids.
Look, I know.
Demographic.
I know. Hardware isn't
playing a fucking video game.
Yeah, hardware isn't their priority. Never has been.
Of course not. It's never ever been their priority. Yeah, exactly. They don't need it to be. They do what it does what it needs to do, and that's it. And that's all they care about. As long as it runs well, plays well, people enjoy the content. That's all they care about.
Yeah, but sometimes it doesn't. Like you'll have a release on Nintendo Switch and on PS4 even, and PS4 will be smooth, and Nintendo Switch will be like
again because you have to fucking port that shit to Switch. That's totally different.
I'm about to say the dev kit is for those two consoles mostly.
Yeah. It was originally like The World Ends With You. Neo, The World Ends With You. It was originally on DS, then they ported it to the Wii, and then they made a sequel and they put it on, the Switch, and then they put it on the PS4. And that shit runs like at 60 frames on PS4 and on
because
on PS4,
it's better hardware.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I feel like that. But like if you're saying
Nintendo will never give a shit about hardware ever. Bottom line,
they'll never give a shit about your feelings.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. All right, so
So-
KJ, give us your number 2, since we
I
have
did. It
not
was
get.
Bayonetta.
Oh, okay,
I did. It was
fine.
Bayonetta, and then number 3 is Pokemon Scarlet.
Okay,
Pay attention, bitch.
Oh,
What are
I'm
you doing?
sorry.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, KJ, we'll do your fucking topic, but I only have 2 games I want to talk about.
I actually have a third. I actually came up with a third.
Bitch, nigga. All right, guys. So let's talk about games that aren't going to come out.
Hold
this
up,
year.
I have a
Did you
third.
wanna talk
Fuck
about it?
you.
No, you didn't.
I have a
fucking
third.
didn't. You
I
talked
came
about
up with a
games.
third.
You're fucking my show structure up.
I came up with a third.
I had a third as well.
Exactly.
Patrick.
See.
No. I mean, I said I already had 2 or 3 games. I already said I had 3 games.
I just want to put it out there that this podcast is mad racist. I feel attacked. Ignore the fact that Julian is also an African American male. I just feel fucking attacked. I hate it here. They're like, KJ, come do a show again, and I fucking regret my choices.
Oh my god. All right, so Jules, you want to do your third? Or you want me to do my third?
I can do my third.
Okay.
Or
I
if
want you
wanna
both
do
to
yours
kill
first.
yourself.
Oh, but he told you to drop dead, so I guess it's just 2 of us now.
I told you both to drop dead.
Oh well, I guess it's just the KJ show. Well,
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the KJ show. Today's episode, I'm going to be talking about my friends who passed away recently, Julian and Patrick. I miss them dearly. I just wish they didn't have shit opinions.
and in 5 minutes he's gonna fight ghosts.
All right, you know what? Here's a good opinion.
His
then.
ass.
Here's a good opinion. My number 3 is Multiversus.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yo.
All right, see,
Yo, that's-
see.
Talk about it.
So
I'm
we
so
are.
glad.
We
I
just
completely
got like another gameplay bit or like
Yeah.
character announcement for it, and
Did we?
I
Who did announce?
I don't know, they announced more people. I know they gave us more gameplay for it. They gave us a
Yeah,
whole
they
little
did.
like
It's just
cinematic
play
shit for
testers. It was just play
Yeah,
testers.
okay,
first.
play testers as well.
And they would some of the
There's a
some
whole
of the
closed alpha out. Most of your favorite YouTubers are playing this game right now.
I know. Well, yeah, the alpha's out right now. The beta comes out on July. So I almost guarantee we're going to see something because it's also from WB. So I almost guarantee we're going to see something.
WB is actually about to kill it, yo.
Yo,
Oh, shit.
they're going hard. They really
Yeah,
are. As long as
I'm
they
loving
nail it
loving
with their other 2
after
IPs.
after that merger with Discovery, they were just like, yo, it's game time, bro.
And they
The
also already
Discovery
were
Channel.
talking about like selling again. And
Yeah,
there's
I know.
been rumors about Sony buying them up. I'm like, fucking do it. Let's see what
Don't
happens.
remind me, please.
But no,
Please.
I already fucking know. The Multiverses, I am 100% going to be a Shaggy main. Like, I don't even fucking
You're not
care.
fucking creative.
I don't fucking
You're not
care.
creative.
Yo, everybody's
I
gonna
don't
be Shaggy.
care.
I was about to say,
It's
bro,
fucking
Oh,
Shaggy,
shit.
bro.
hey, Patrick, everybody's gonna be a Shaggy fan, you basic bitch. Everybody's gonna fuck Shaggy, bro. Everybody's gonna have Shaggy on
The first time you say to me, "Oh, I'm using 10% of my power," I'm gonna drive to Lancaster and slap you in your fucking mouth.
No, I
know.
I'll-
Why? Patrick,
Shaggy's
why?
awesome.
You're
Shut the fuck
capable
up.
of so much more. You're a
Bro,
educated
Bro,
young man.
no, he gonna have
Why?
the basic. He gonna have the basic. He gonna have, he gonna have Shaggy, Superman.
Nah, fuck shit.
and-
I don't really care about Superman. I just know Shaggy. I don't really know who else I'd be using. Maybe Bugs Bunny because he looks fucking fun to use.
I don't watch Game of Thrones, but on day 1, I'm going to be an Arya Stark. main.
Arya. That sounds awesome.
I like swords. Swords are tight.
I mean,
Bro,
I'm usually a
I'm bringing-
rushdown character when I play Super Smash. So.
No, I'm bringing '90s Iron Giant back, man. I love.
Oh
Iron
my god,
Giant.
yes,
That
that's
is my
right. They did
favorite-
announce fucking Iron
That is
Giant.
my-
I
That's
totally
one of my
forgot about
favorite fucking movies from the '90s, man. And
Yo, how
I'm
the
so
fuck are you gonna fit him on screen though? That's not a big map.
They fit Ridley and Smash. Stop being fucking
I
serious
mean,
about it. It's a
that's
video
fair.
game.
That's fucking
yeah,
fair.
it's
Shut up and have fun. Just I am going back to last week because I had a conversation with my homie last night.
All right.
Smash Brothers is not a fighting game. Smash Brothers is a party game. Therefore,
yeah,
there are no casual fighters because it's not a fighting game.
That's fair.
It's a party game.
Yeah, I'll
Suck
give you
my
that.
dick.
I'll give you
Okay,
that.
go on.
I mean, hold on. There are casual fighters because
Nope, shut up. My point's been made.
No,
My
we're
point's
not,
been made.
we're not having that conversation again.
Come on, how you
No,
gonna say
we're
something
not having the
loaded like
conversation
that?
again.
How you gonna say something loaded like that? and then
No.
just-
You can make a TikTok short or YouTube short and talk about your shit. But we already had this
fucking-
conversation. Anyways, so what's your number 3? Since mine was Multiverses. What's up?
My number 3 is Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. It's
Oh yeah, you talked about this when we were.
so it's it's modeled after Jet Set Radio.
It's by the same devs, right?
Oh,
Yeah, by the same
Yeah.
devs. Yeah. And
That's
it's
nice.
more like skateboarding, tricking. Like it's
Yeah.
bro, this game looks so fucking. And the soundtrack is phenomenal.
Will it
If
be
you've
better
ever
than
played
Ollie
this
Ollie
game-
World?
Oh my god, no, I don't know, man. That Ollie World is grade A, dog. Like that game is fucking fire. I need you, but I'll buy it for you both. That game is fucking fire.
I watched the game.
Ollie
I watched your
Ollie
review
World?
of it. He has a
Yeah.
review on his channel about it. It looks okay. It's an arcadey.
it's
It's
garbage
a
review,
side
but-
scroller arcadey skateboarding game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it looks
Not
fine.
for me.
It looks
That's
fine. Yeah,
Not for
exactly.
me.
So fucking trippy. I mean, honestly, I would love so if Sony did, because Sony's State of Play isn't going to be till September, right? So specifically from Sony, I would maybe like a teaser for a Ghost to Tsushima 2, if that's not too much to ask.
I don't
You
think
want
we're
a
gonna
teaser
see that.
already?
I don't think we're gonna see that for a while. They just dropped the director's cut like not that long ago.
I think
I
Ghost
know.
is in 2 years.
Yeah,
It's
the
what?
announcement is in 2 years.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm saying.
announcement's in
I think-
2 years.
I'm guessing. I have
Yeah.
no knowledge, obviously. That's just my
Right.
guess. I think
Yeah,
it's going to take 2 years. I don't think that's something me and Patrick were talking about a while ago. You don't want to overflood the market with first party
yeah.
because then you're
Right.
undercutting.
You want to
yourself.
break it up. You want to break that shit up.
Yeah, like if
Oh,
every game is-
I'm not saying like any kind of like concrete thing, but just like because you know
You got-
sometimes they'll announce it something and it won't be for like 3 or 4 years. And it's
Yeah,
like,
but they've
fine,
been
like-
really good with like letting their games marinate, especially Sony. They've been letting their games marinate for a while, which is great because like I mean between Horizon games, it's been like what 4 years, 5 years. Same thing with God of War. So we're not going to see anything for Ghost of Tsushima for a while.
I'm just gonna say they were bragging that they had like 25 projects in development.
Oh, they probably
And
are
then-
working on it. They're probably are like in the early stages.
Microsoft
of
is
development,
also
but-
bragging that they have a bunch of things in development. So
Well,
you
yeah,
know,
of
low
course,
key
of course
things
they're
are
gonna say
happening.
that.
You're just like
Even if they just working on like the fucking storyboard for this shit, they're gonna say it's in development. All right, so they could be just brainstorming like ideas for the next game, and they call it development. All right, it's gonna be in development for fucking ever.
All right, so let's.
But this
let's
is a
go
good
KJ's
segue
idea.
into upcoming
games that aren't in
yeah,
2022.
but that we might see at Summer Games Fest or sometime over the summer. What do you got, KJ?
that I think we're gonna see that isn't coming out this year.
Yeah.
Upcoming.
Fuck, buddy. I was gonna say Spider-Man, but then you want to talk about Spider-Man, so now I don't have that.
I mean, go for it,
let's-
because I got plenty of others.
You have all right, cool, I'll go Spider-Man. I think we're gonna see something about Spider-Man 2. I think we might get a little bit of a gameplay trailer.
Yeah.
Or kind of like the mechanics of how you're both Miles and Peter.
Mhm.
But I think we'll get the announce date. I think we'll see a lot about it, but I think that's probably the big one. I'm pretty sure that they're going to try to separate Spidey and Wolverine because you don't want to flood with a superhero market either.
Oh yeah.
So I think we're going to get Spider-Man because that at least had that little trailer, but we know because of Miles that they've consistently kept development on it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in Wolverine just kind of had that teaser trailer.
Yeah, that cinematic
Like
thing.
super teaser trailer, like we didn't even see Wolverine. Or at least
Do you
we got
think
the
we're gonna
models.
Do you think we're going to see
Go ahead.
anything about Wolverine this year?
Yeah, I think we might, but it won't be. And they'll push it to 2024, easy.
Well, they didn't even say when it was even
Exactly,
slated
that's the
to come
thing.
out. They just said
because they
coming
know it's not going to be for a couple
coming.
years.
I think we'll see something on Wolverine. I think
Yeah, we will.
Sony's very purposeful. They don't release trailers if it's not in the pipeline or if it's not like at least like 3-year window. Like the longest thing they really had that really comes to mind is like Last Guardian.
Oh
from Team Ico,
yeah.
but that's because it's from Team Ico. No, was that Shadow of Colossus or Team Ico?
That was Team. I think it was Team Ico. It was from the
I
same
can't remember.
devs, but
Yeah, I can't remember. But moral of the story is that game was
Yeah.
announced since like the PS3 gen and it came out on PS4.
yeah.
Like games do obviously get pushed, but not tentpole releases, right? And this feels like a tentpole. And every time somebody does a tentpole, they're on track with it. Like
plus
Last of
specific.
Us Part 2 got announced and was out 2 years later.
Yeah.
So if you go by that model, both of those games got announced, and I assume they'll probably be out in 2020. They'll be. I think they'll both be done, but one will get released in 2023. The other will be held until 2023.
I don't think they're going to be done at the same time because they're both being made by Insomniac. So
They
they
don't
don't want to.
teams.
They don't want to really stretch themselves too thin on two huge ass games with a lot of potential to them. So they're going to be putting more of their focus on Spider-Man for sure, and then start really laying into Wolverine once that's released. Once Spider-Man 2 is
I agree.
released.
So what's your game? What do you think we see then, Pat?
I think we're gonna see something for Dead Space remake. I think we will, because that's EA, and they were partners last year, and I almost guarantee they're going to be partners this year. So I really think we're going to see something for that game. I don't remember when it was slated to release. I don't think they gave us a date or a time frame, but I almost guarantee we're going to see something, because we haven't seen anything since last year. We haven't heard anything either. What?
No Skate 4?
Maybe Skate 4? I was thinking about that too, but they only gave us like the announcement of it. So we might see like something cinematic for it, maybe as like
was like 2 years ago.
like a filler thing. Oh, true. Wait, was it really 2 years ago? I thought it was last year.
Yeah.
God damn, it's already been 2 years. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, okay, then in that case, yeah, we might see something for Skate 4. But I almost guarantee, because we might see both, honestly. We're probably going to see both. My other one's another remake, but I'll talk about that one later.
I mean, I was gonna go with Starfield and Redfall. Like,
I have that on my list too, but that was also just delayed. Like,
exactly.
I'm about to say, wasn't
wanna-
Redfall also delayed?
Yeah, they were both just delayed. And QuakeCon is in August, so I don't think we're going to see that in Summer Games Fest. I think we might see that in August, if they have anything for it.
I mean, yeah, maybe, but you know they're going to have to, because they need to keep anticipation up. That's
They
bad
do.
marketing. You're not going to say, "Hey, this is delayed," and then not give a reason why. Or
They gave us a reason why it was delayed. I mean, it's kind of obvious why it was delayed. It's a huge game.
But like we don't know because we haven't seen it.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything about it. So
we don't know anything about it. You delayed, and nobody's seen anything about it to keep it interesting. They're going to have to show something.
I think the reason they announced the delayed of the game last month was specifically because Summer Games Fest and QuakeCon were coming up in a couple months, and they didn't want to rush themselves to push something out for either of those events, because they don't want to build up too much hype only to push the game way, 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 way back. So I don't know if we'll see anything. I kind of hesitant to say that we will, but fucking anything could happen at this point.
Well, I mean, they could be making something specifically for this event, but also still be working on the game. Of course, it needs further development.
I don't like when they do that. I don't like when they make shit specifically for these events. I think that builds up on like dumb expectations and shit.
It depends if they go.
Especially if the game is still in heavy development, because then most of the shit you're going to see at that rush release is not going to be in the final game.
Well, I mean, Dead Space did that, but they were just upfront about it. They were like, "Look, this is like very, very early."
They gave
this
you a cinematic cutscene. That same thing they did for Starfield. And
no, they did. They gave some gameplay.
A little bit.
It was like, look, this is just like early development.
They did give a little bit of gameplay. That's right. I forgot about that.
So it was just like, all right, well, maybe they might do the same thing with Starfall. Hopefully, I mean, I would think so, because they need to keep pumping energy into this so people won't get dissatisfied or forget about it.
Oh no one's gonna forget this.
It's their flagship game.
This is the biggest release from Bethesda besides Elder Scrolls 6.
Or they're going to show Avowed, or they're going to show something.
Oh
like
yeah,
one of these
Avowed. I almost forgot about Avowed.
But that's the thing. All the Bethesda games got pushed back.
Yeah,
yeah, they did. So one of them's got to be at the showcase.
What's your money on?
I probably would go with Avowed, because we've already seen gameplay for Avowed a little bit. So
my call is Redfall, actually.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think shooters are easier to publish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So I just think that's why. But I also, like, if you ask me, like, gun to my head what the second place one would be, it would be Avowed as well. I think Starfield is a ways away.
Yeah.
I think that game's really.
It might be the next fucking long development hell, like Duke Nukem and Cyberpunk, and might be the next one.
I don't think it'll be to that extent, but I think it'll definitely. I'm going to call 2024. I just think it's got
Well,
a lot of
it got pushed back till next year, right? It's probably it's
No, it's probably going to
delayed
get
again.
because think about it. They're building this up to be something like Destiny, Anthem, Cyberpunk.
I think they're
all
building
these
this up to be
fucking-
something like
they're
Mass Effect,
making this
honestly.
thing like the height of the height. You remember when Destiny came out? It was so mysterious. They had this whole website. It was like, yo, choose
We
your
still don't know
Destiny.
what this game's
You know,
actually
it
going to
was
be.
like-
We don't know if it's a shooter or if it's an exploration game or
We
if
didn't
it's
know
like
that
an
about
RPG.
Destiny for
We
like
don't
an
fucking
extra
know
year.
anything.
No, we had an
yeah.
idea about Destiny because it was being done by Bungie. We
Yeah.
kind of had an idea.
Yeah.
But with Starfield, I like people are hoping it's just Space Elder Scrolls, right? You're just going to
It's either
planets.
going to be Space Elder Scrolls or Space Fallout. It's one of the two.
Well, that we have that. Isn't that the Outer Worlds?
True, kind of.
So, like, I mean, it probably is going to be one or the other, but like, it sucks because then who's that? Obsidian? Does Obsidian do
Obsidian.
Outer Worlds?
Yeah.
So then you got Obsidian that basically was already on your corner.
It might be a more serious version of the Outer Worlds because the Outer Worlds was very comical, very lighthearted, and everything.
Yeah.
So it might be
Yeah.
a more serious, heavy take on the space exploration type of thing. I mean, it looks super cool. I love the art style and everything for it. I love the heavy industry vibe of it. I think it's going to be dope if they do it well. I mean, it has mechs, giant spaceships, all that shit. So I'm excited for it. I just want to know more about it.
Oh, oh my god.
What?
I forgot about a game that was supposed to come out, but I think got delayed.
What was it?
What?
It was Warhammer 40K Dark Tide.
Well, they are doing a Warhammer showcase.
Like
I
a whole showcase for them?
Yeah, they're doing a Warhammer showcase on the
That sounds like
first.
a
I
lot.
want to say.
love the Vermintide series, like the Warhammer Vermintide series, the
What is it?
Vermintide 2. It's so good. It is so much fun.
I have a bunch of
And-
articles open right now. I'm trying to find it.
yeah,
Yeah, Warhammer Skull Showcase 2022. That's on June 1st.
Ooh.
Yeah, so they're probably going to drop something about that.
Yeah.
I
hopefully.
haven't played a single Warhammer game. I probably should, but
They are really cool. They,
Oh, I know.
it's
They
like
look so badass.
it's like Lord of the Rings kind of mythology good. Like
Yeah.
it's just like you could. I was watching mythology videos. Some of them span like 3 hours just on each
Damn.
part of the universe. Each like the universe is massive, man. Oh my god. I've only dipped my toe in. So
I have one more thing I think we're going to see, and
Go
then
for
we can wrap. I think we're going to see NetherRealm's new project this year.
Another,
It's been about 3 years since MK11,
yeah.
so I think
true.
we're due for their next game.
and then aren't they managing Injustice as well?
Huh?
Aren't they managing Injustice as well? Right.
But that's the thing. That's what not the rumor, but the issue is no one knows what they're doing. They don't know if
With
it's
Injustice.
MK12 or if it's Justice 3
Yeah.
or unannounced new fighting game project, right? They
Yeah.
they haven't said what it is.
Yeah.
There was a Marvel rumor a while ago. There was still the Justice 3 rumor a while ago.
Are they
if I had
going
to
to
put-
Marvel versus DC?
If I had to put money on it, I think it's probably Injustice 3.
Really?
What if
Well,
they're
it's
leading
been
up to
longer
a
since
what if
the
they're
last
leading up to
Injustice,
another
yeah.
DC versus Mortal Kombat?
That would be
fucking
dope. Like Injustice
fire,
versus
yo.
MK. I would be
Yo,
all
that would
game
be
for that.
fire if that was. Yeah, I think that's what they're
Ugh.
doing. Another fucking DC versus Mortal
Well,
Kombat.
they did
That's-
just reboot the entire Mortal Kombat universe again. So,
Yeah.
I
They
mean,
always do.
yeah,
This is normal.
yeah. So,
but
This is
that DC versus Mortal Kombat was my shit.
That
I
was a
played
great-
the
yeah.
hell out of that game.
Game sucks, but it's fun.
yeah,
It's so much fun.
It was
I don't
so
even
broken.
care.
It was
I
broken
played
as
with the
fuck.
Flash. You know how people. I played with the Flash. I was humble. People playing with Superman, Batman, fucking. Oh god.
Yeah, they'll pack
Joker.
their shit in. They'll pack their shit in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I think we get NetherRealm's project this summer, and then
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
give me my goddamn fucking superhero fighting game, please. Just give it to me.
Well,
want it.
especially
I've been-
with Multiversus coming out,
Which one?
because Mortal Kombat
Injustice.
still
Injustice,
WB,
yeah.
right?
yeah.
Yeah, so with Multiversus coming out, I almost guarantee they're going to tie in another Mortal Kombat game with that. Because, I mean, they have a lot of Mortal Kombat characters in Multiversus already. So,
No, they don't.
I'm pretty sure they have Scorpion.
Nope.
Are you sure? Because I saw a freaking...
Yes.
Well, they'll also say they were going to nerf some of the characters. They said Harley Quinn, Jake, and Finn were going to get nerfed.
Yo, I've seen Jake. Jake's been fucking bodying the community.
Right?
He's going to get nerfed.
Oh, yeah, he will. He will.
No, they officially said it. They're like, it's Harley Quinn, Jake, Finn, and I forgot.
Probably Superman. Real quick, Patrick, was I right?
What?
Is there any Mortal Kombat characters in the game?
I'm looking. I saw an image of fucking Shaggy gripping Scorpion's throat, but I don't know if that was legit or if that was just fan made or what it was. So
I think it's fan made. I've been watching people play that beta for a while, and I have not seen the Scorpion.
well, I don't know if they're going to be
Or
releasing
Sub-Zero.
now or if it's like
The power of technology.
Just I want my roses. I want my dub.
So the director did that was like last year, but the director
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Just look up the roster. I just need the roster. That's all we need.
I'm just saying he is asking fans what Mortal Kombat characters they would want in the game.
Answer my question so I can take my dub.
It's not right now. I'm saying it's not right now.
Jesus Christ! Stop fucking stalling.
I'm saying in the future they're going to release some characters.
I don't care about the future, bitch. I'm talking right now. We're talking time.
Oh, no, not
We're
right
talking
now.
money. We're talking right
Right
now.
now.
Yes, right now. Anyways, guys, what games are you looking forward to coming out? What games do you hope you see this summer? Leave any that you want to see in the bottom comments thing. Just type them out. You can say like Patrick sucks or Patrick's dumb or man, KJ's so smart. Man, Julian's so smart. Like anything like that would be great.
You suck, bro.
Okay, that's fine. Let me do the outro, you dumb hoe. Anyway, please make sure to follow us on all the socials, Reddit, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace mostly. That's where I'm at. I'm living like 2006.
I mean, I'm on OnlyFans. Hit me up.
Hell
Oh my
yeah!
God.
It's just me naked getting hit by a bunch of fans. It's
Yeah.
great.
It's just you guys playing video games naked. Make it
Yes.
happen.
Yeah,
Make it
that's
happen.
Absolutely.
That is exactly what my day just typically consists of.
Yeah,
Oh,
literally
wow.
every day. I'm doing an ads like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to
Make
Tsushima.
sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube, follow the podcast on Anchor, and it'll link you to all of our other platforms and stuff.
Yep.
All of our gamer tags should be in the description. I'm going to make Patrick do work, so I'm assuming all of our gamer tags are in the description.
They are.
I want to let you know we love you, and I also want to let you know that video games don't start gun violence. I didn't want to do an episode on that, but we just want to make that abundantly clear. Stop blaming mental illness on video games. Shit ain't okay. But guys, thanks for watching. Stay excellent, and we will catch you next time.
Peace.